Are you looking for a brand that provides the best and most affordable pickleball gear? If yes, this video is for you. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the U.S. and especially popular among young people. As the popularity of pickleball has grown, so has the demand for pickleball gear, clothing, and other supplies. Finding a good option when looking for pickleball equipment could be challenging. Don't worry, we've done the homework for you. Here are the top 3 brands of pickleball gear. Hello and welcome to Pro Pickleball Media, your #1 spot for all pickleball content. In today's video, we're going to talk about top 3 brands for pickleball gear. Now let's get right into the video. In a pickle about what trendy new things to do in the fall of 2022, well, we found that pickleball is the newest and most popular sport to try, making a lot of noise on social media and elsewhere. This summer and into the fall, the sport, which is like tennis, badminton, or a bigger version of ping pong, is becoming very popular. It's played on a court that's about half the size of a tennis court and has a lower net. You can play tennis without rackets and tennis balls if you use a flat paddle and a plastic wiffle ball. You'll need a partner, though. The official USA Pickleball site says that the sport began in 1965 in Seattle, Washington, when a group of dads were trying to find ways to keep their kids busy during the summer. Well, you guys did their job, because now the sport's very popular with both dads and Gen Z. This is shown by the cool paddles, cute clothes, and many TikToks that explain the game to the youngest players. People who know the game may remember playing it in gym class or at summer camp a long time ago. The game isn't a new one, though. It was created in 1965, and as far as the gear goes, technology hasn't changed much over the years until the last few. Now you can buy special pickleball paddles and balls that play on one of the new pickleball courts that are popping up all over the country. Even though pickleball is a simple game that doesn't require a lot of gear, it's still important to get good basics. The gear you choose can affect how well you do as a whole. The businesses I've looked into don't just make paddles for pickleball. I include everything from paddle makers to stores that sell things. Let's start with number 1. Number 1, Selkirk. When compared to competing manufacturers, Selkirk stands out as the most turbocharged option. They make high-quality pickleball equipment, focusing almost entirely on paddles. And believe me, it shows when they're the only one. Selkirk Sport is a business in northern Idaho that is run by a family. The website says that the company is named after the Selkirk mountain range, which you can see from their office. How's that for a place to work? If you buy a paddle from Selkirk, you can count on quality from every direction. All of their paddles are made in the U.S. with the best materials that can be found. But one thing that makes Selkirk stand out is how they use materials that haven't been patented yet. This isn't magic in terms of marketing language. The sound of hitting the ball lets you know that the material is different. It also shows in how well they do. When you compare a Selkirk paddle to another brand, there's always a big difference. All of it has to do with technology. The Selkirk Amped paddle line is an example of this. I just wrote a review of this paddle and loved it. The paddle is made from Selkirk's new X5 polymer technology and has a polymer core. Paddle is thick, but it's still not too heavy. The face is made of fiberglass, which gives you a lot of power and spin. There are also other great paddles in their lineup, like the 30PXL, 300A Plus, Pro S1G, and even a cheap paddle called the Club that doesn't have much to it. I'm confident saying that Selkirk makes the best pickleballs in the world, and I think that will be true in 2018. They set a high standard that will get other companies revving their engines. The more people who play, the better paddles we get. Selkirk shows you how the paddles should look in terms of how they are made. I've been doing graphic design for a long time, and I can tell you that Selkirk is by far the most careful about how their products look. It's clear that they put a lot of work into making their brand look good. Most people who play pickleball don't care much about the art on their paddles, but some do. That sounds like you? Well, Selkirk is the place for you. But before we move ahead, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing more informative pickleball content to you. Your little contribution means a lot for us. Number 2, PaddleTech. You can't play pickleball anywhere without seeing something beautiful made by PaddleTech. PaddleTech is known for making some of the most durable paddles on the market. They're also known as one of the best companies in their field. According to PaddleTech's website, it all started when a man named Cody thought he could make a much stronger paddle for himself and other players. With the help of his brother, Curtis, he started a business, and PaddleTech is now a full-fledged maker of paddles. They make great paddles. There aren't many companies that keep up with them. I've used a lot of their paddles. It's not all of them. They always live up to the quality standard you expect from them. The paddles don't have very good designs, though. Most of the time, the designs are dull, and at the best seem to have been made at random. But this can be a good thing for some people. People might think that if you spend less time on visual design, you spend more time on engineering design. That's a good point to make. In my opinion, as 2018 goes on, we'll see how PaddleTech improves their visuals. When talking about paddles, the PaddleTech Tempest Wave is one that stands out. I think this is the best paddle that can be bought. It has a huge sweet spot that is always juicy. The Tempest Wave paddle has the best sweet spot I've ever felt on any paddle I've used. The polymer core and graphite face give you the control and power you want without letting go of your control over the ball. But what's fun about the Tempest Wave is that it gives you a hard goal to reach. How are you ever going to win? That's what I'm excited about. Also, Selkirk is making a lot of progress in the paddle space, so they have some competition that could push them to come up with even better ideas. If you want to buy a Paddletech paddle, I recommend the Tempest Wave, the Element, and the Phoenix LTE. Number 3, Onyx. Onyx Pickleball has been in business since 2005, so they've got a lot of experience. They're a top paddle and ball maker who make great paddles and pickleballs. Cool thing about Onyx is that they can try out a lot of different paddles. All of them are very different from each other and have interesting designs and logos. They've also done very well in the past with a paddle called the Onyx Z5. This paddle is very popular, not only because it can be bought at well-known sporting goods stores, but also because it feels great to hold and attack with. It also works well with a power paddle. Check out the Voyager Pro if you want to buy new paddles. It's the newest in their line and has all the parts that make pickleball what it is. But Onyx doesn't just make pickleball paddles in its warehouses, they're also great at making pickleballs. Their new product, the Pure 2, has been getting a lot of attention lately. Onyx is a great choice for new pickleball players who don't want to spend too much money. Their paddles are good enough, and they won't break your bank account in the process. So, there you have it. The best pickleball brands. If you're looking to maximize your pickleball game and play the best as you can, then sticking with these brands will give you the highest chance of success. So, which brand do you prefer while buying your pickleball gear? Well, tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow picklers. Also, if you love pickleball, then make sure to watch this next video on our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.